This is Bill North of the Florida Weekend Warriors, and in this video we are going to install a Victron Smart Shunt. It's basically a battery monitor that's wireless. So you don't have to run the wire and install a gauge inside the RV. You basically use your phone, and through Bluetooth it talks to it. So stay tuned in this video, we'll show the install. It should be a pretty easy install. I only bought a couple of parts. I got this waterproof box off of Amazon. So I drilled a couple of small holes for the battery cables to go in and out of. It should fit right there in the box. And then I'll seal it up with silicone. In my RV, I installed some lithium batteries. I keep them locked up in this RV lockbox. And the plan is to basically just install this box right on this I-beam right behind it. So it'll stay out of the weather and it should be pretty simple. So we'll see how it goes. There's not much in the way of instructions. They just give you these battery instructions, but you can download the manual off the internet. This is the smallest cable I could get off of Amazon. It's probably about 4 feet. So this is the way it's going to go in the box. So one goes to the RV and this one goes to the battery. Then there's also a hot wire that needs to go to the battery also, to the positive terminal, so that the Bluetooth works on the shunt. So use my Sharpie. I'm going to put a couple of pilot holes in here, and then I'm going to go out and mount it on the RV. So you see, this is the wire that goes to the negative terminal on the battery, and it's grounded right here to the frame. So we're basically going to hook this cable up to it instead and go to the shunt, and then this is going to go on the other side of the shunt. And the box, I think I'm just going to put the box right about here, right in the middle. That way we'll have more room to maneuver the wires. So let me get the drill and just drill some holes. There you go. Might want to get some brand new drill bits when you drill these. These were a bummer. Had no idea how hard they would be to drill, but the holes line up, so it's a matter of bolting it in. Now, the next step is to disconnect the batteries at the battery. That way, we don't get any sparks when we're messing with these wires. I really like having this lockbox. Lock up these lithium batteries. Got these batteries at Costco. They're Lion Energy batteries. Got them around 4 years ago. And I've had zero problems with them. This thing just slides right off right here. This cable here goes to my, I have a 12 volt DC to DC charger. So I have a quick connect on here so I can take it off and slide it right out. Got some extra foam and stuff down in here so these batteries don't rattle around. And I put some rubber caps on them in case I do get enough upward jolt that they don't hit this case, because this case is grounded. So you can see these batteries already have a battery monitor in them. And they're full. But it's a pain in the butt to come out here, unlock the case to check and see how charged your batteries are. And looks like the battery monitor on this one's not even working. So anyways, I'll disconnect these batteries and get working down there. So this not working has me worried. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this side and make sure this one battery is not dead, because the battery monitor shows 0. Taking all these off. Try doing this by yourself. And I guess it's just the gauge is broken, because we got 13.47 volts. So that means it's charged, just that this monitor stopped working. Glad I disconnected the batteries. Look how close the positive and the negative. This is the negative and that's the positive, straight to the battery. Across these wires we get a million sparks. Just gonna take this off and hook this to the shunt. So all I'm doing is taking this new one that I bought. Here's the one I just pulled out of there. Here's the one I just pulled out of there. I'm just gonna put this one in here and tie it to the frame and screw it back on that hole. I'm gonna go ahead and connect this small power wire through this hole before I mount this, because it's gonna be kind of hard to do it when I get it in there. So I'll just run it up through this hole here. Just push it in this little slot right here. And just gotta make sure I can't pull it back out. Just gonna make sure I can't pull it back out. I'm ready to go. Need to put some silicone on those holes before I bolt it in there. Just gotta put some silicone around the hole. Now I just got to put the shunt in those two holes. See how well I can do this with just by myself, one hand. There we go, got it in there. Just got to hook up battery cable to here and here and run this red wire to the battery. It should all be theirs to it. So this goes to the battery. So we're going to run it through this hole, put on that lug. This one goes to the rest of the trailer. This is the new wire that I went straight to ground over there. It's the one that's going to go to system. This red wire is going to go to the battery. These are both negative here. So let me just get these hooked up. Got them on here. So I have waterproof cover that goes on here. Now these wires here, I'll dress all this up. I'll put this in some wire loom, get some tie wraps and make it look nice and neat. But next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and hook up the battery and make sure this thing works before I finish up the job. So this waterproof cover is going to go on it just like so. And then these bottom holes on the bottom here, I will just fill them up with silicone and it'll be nice and dry and out of the weather. All right. Here's that wire, the positive wire that went to the shunt. I just tapped it into an existing wire that was already fused because I didn't want to run another fuse. So probably better to put another ring terminal, but there's already enough ring terminals in here, so I decided to just tap onto that other thing. So let's fire it up and see if it works. I think it found it. It found it. It's connecting. Enter the code shown on the Smart Shunt. All right. We're updating something. I guess the software. You can see the little lights blinking off and on in there while this update's running. I'm going to go ahead and silicone these holes up and put the cap on while that update's running because it's taking it a while. Here we go. This is what the final product looks like. You can see tie wraps and silicone are a man's best friend. Came out pretty good. Let's go test the thing, see how it works. Well, that finally finished. So we got the latest and greatest firmware installed. I got a good signal to the shunt itself. Not now. It wants me to change the pin. Not now. So you can see right now. So you can see right now, the voltage is 13.67. There's 1 amp going out. 14 watts. And so far, since I've hooked it up, we've used 0.2 amp hours. And at this rate of discharge, it can run for 7 days and 2 hours. Pretty cool. Now, after you get this shunt installed, there's some default settings that need to be changed if you have lithium batteries. According to this, you got to change the tail current. Wow, the percu current exponent, the charge efficiency, and the discharge floor. I changed the discharge floor to 10% because I knew that's what it would be. The other three I don't have to look up in the manual, but anyways, depending on the batteries in your RV, you're gonna have some initial setup to do that you may need to change. That's different than the default settings. All right, we got the battery switch on. We got it unplugged. And right now, it's using 0.86 amps. And I think the only thing inside the camper that's on is probably the fridge. Let's go see if the fridge came on. I'll turn the lights on. So I turned on the lights and it went from 0.86 to 1.63. So that's basically double. So the lights used about 0.83, 0.84. And so the radio's on, the LED in the radio's on, and the fridge is on. The fridge is on gas. So we're using 1.63 basically with hardly anything on. So it says it'll go for 7 days using that amount of current drain. Now let's plug it, let's turn on the, I have an inverter. Let's turn that on. I turned on the inverter. Now there's nothing plugged into it. It's only a 400 watt converter. So it went up to 2.17. Let's plug in the TV set and see what it does. So I plugged in the TV, didn't turn it on, it didn't do much. Turn the power on the TV. So now I'm running the inverter, the overhead lights, the fridge, and the television. And basically it can run for two days and 8 hours using this much electricity. And when you're boondocking, this is about all you're gonna run. And then maybe some fans. So you can basically run 2 days. We hope you liked this video. It's a pretty easy install. And I can't wait to use this in the future to monitor my batteries. We're going to the Tampa RV show soon. And I'll really get to try it out because we're gonna be boondocking in the parking lot. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment. We'll see you in our next video. See ya.